Well, hey, what's up, everybody? This is the professor. What's up? What's up, India? I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I've been doing a podcast with an Indian dude, a Desi. He's now here. He would say he's an American now. He lives in the D.C. area. His name is Sid, and we're doing something called the Axiom. And we were talking about Indian films and Bollywood and kind of what's going on with the film industry and why is the film industry so anti-Hindu? Why is it so anti-Hindu? And what I would like to just talk about, and I want to kind of give you an example, a visual example of this. You know, India is known for Bollywood. It's known for the northern Indian film industry, the Hindi films, and in that category you have you have some iconic actors who have ruled that for years, kind of dynasty of families who have ruled that for years. You have the Khans, you have the Kapoors, you have Amitabh. Don't let the warrior queen hear Amitabh, because she'd be like this. Yes, she would be. She would be like, and it's a huge film industry, and it's mixed of Hindu actors, Muslim actors, but there is constantly a undertone to it. There's constantly an undertone to it that attacks the patriotic view of India that most Indians have. And it also attacks the Hindu faith, and it's if we have an opportunity to show a Hindu to be the bad guy, we will, even if it's not even true, right? We'll do it. They'll do that, and that's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that they do that. And Sid pointed out that Dawood Abraham, I would say David Abraham. That's how it would translate to English, but Dawood Ibrahim, who is a notorious gangster who is on the run from the Indian government and terrorist, funds a lot of the Bollywood films. And I've heard that from various folks, and I've heard that from various people. And that kind of explains some of what you see in the movies, if that is true, and how much of that is true, I don't truly know. But you see some of it. You see evidence of some of it. But even if we look at that part of the argument, I want to just turn towards southern India for a moment. And here's my prediction. Nationalism is on the rise. India is becoming the kings of the East. This is happening before our eyes. And I've been saying this long before the European, long before Carolina Goswami, long before any of these people. I've been saying this, right? I'm the first to say it, and everybody knows that. I think you're going to see a new generation of film stars coming. I think we're going to see all of India start to embrace the southern Indian films because they're not caught up in this let's make Hindus out to be the bad guys. They're not caught up in that at all. They're caught up in let's tell the best story we possibly can. Let's entertain you. Let's make you feel like that was great action, that was great acting, that was a great fight scene, that was a great story. And I think when you look at people like Yash, rocking superstar, you look at movies like Bahubali. I think these are a type of things to come. And within the Bollywood film industry, I think there's a revolution coming. I think we're going to see people like Vicky. We're going to see people like Asha Sani. I think we're going to see a new breed of actors and actresses. Ravir Singh, I would put in that a little bit. There's a new thing coming because I think the old guard is just... The old guard is old, and they're constantly involved in movie messaging, what they're saying to their audience, that India's not interested in. It's like in America, the Hollywood elites get so caught up in their lefty liberal whatever, and that's fine. That's their business. If they want to spend money on adopting whales and saving the trees. I don't care. It's America. You do whatever you want to. It doesn't matter to me. But they assume that every single American shares their same views, which is not the case at all, right? Most Americans, the middle class, very much like most Indians, want to find a good job, want to get a better job, want to make more money. They want to have their family be safe. They want to be able to put their kids in school. They want to be able to provide. They want to be able to have a little creature comforts. Let's go on vacation. Let's have a nice place. Let's get a car, a motorcycle, a moped, whatever. That's typically what yet we want a safe country, we want a good economy. And that's about it. Maybe there's a cause that comes up here and there that says the average man, never underestimate the power of the common man, right? Never underestimate it. That it kind of, maybe there's a cause, whatever that cause may be. And I think we're going to see a film revolution in India. I really do. I think there's a coming film revolution. And this isn't anything against Amir Khan, whose last film bombed. I enjoyed it, but his film bombed. But I enjoyed it because of Amitabh. Oh no, did he say Amitabh? The Warrior Queen's like... SRK, a lot of the sentiment that I'm running into online about SRK and Zero is it's the same stuff. It's the same thing, just packaged over and over and over again. It's just like if I'm going to say, okay, India, I got unlimited resources and supplies. I'm going to make an Indian film. I'm going to make an Indian film, and I go by the typical Bollywood standards. Okay, who's my leading man going to be? Well, okay, let's go through them. Do I get Amir Khan, SRK? Do I get Salman? Do I get, Irfan Khan? We're kind of force-fed this grouping of guys. Well, what about the women? Well, okay, Katrina Kaif, Kareena Kapoor, Kajol. You're kind of force-fed this group of women. It's like, okay, so here are our groups. Which combination hasn't been used yet? Which combination, Deepika, which combination have we not figured out yet? And then is it going to be an action film, a romantic comedy? I mean, we're kind of getting the same stuff all the time. And I want to see new stuff. I want to see the new blood. I want to see, dude, Uri, that Uri trailer reaction, dude, what are you doing, bro? What is this? What is this monster Vicky that has just emerged out of out of the shadows? And I realized he hasn't. Because the Warrior Queen's like, we've seen him in this, we've seen him in that, we've seen him in... And I'm like, we have? I forgot. So... I'm looking forward to this revolution. I'm looking forward to more Ravir Singh. I'm looking forward to more Yash, the rocking star, superstar. Here, I want to just show you an example, all right? I want to show you an example, and you tell me which camp is right, because I think what I'm perceiving in India can be divided into two groups, right? It can be divided into two groups, and I'm going to show you a trailer reaction of Jabby to the Uri trailer, and you watch his trailer reaction. And again, I'm not doing this to pick on Jabby. I'm not at all. Jabby is the leader in this industry of Indian film reactions. Maybe I'm number 5, maybe. And it's a big difference between 1 and 5, I'll tell you that. And so I don't mean any disrespect, but he is representing a group. He has a mindset that's very much in tune with a large group in India, right? It's very much in tune, and I think I would call it the establishment. I would call that trailer the establishment, okay? Then I'm going to show you a trailer reaction that the Warrior Queen and I did. Very much revolutionary. very much we are revolutionaries. I mean, you put us in any situation, we want to reform, we want a revolution. I mean, that's just our nature of the Warrior Queen and I, of Tish and I. We want change. We want a revolution. However, it's guided by principles. God, family, country. Those are the things that we live and die for, that we ride or die for in this household. God, family, country. And I think when you look at our trailer reaction, we are connecting to a group in India that is, God, family, country. God, family, country, and I think there's a synergy to it. There's a very much a crazy synergy coming together of energy, of change, of possibility, of belief, of a better America, of a better India, of a better life, of a safe place, of pride, of nationalism to say, you know what? I am Indian, hear me roar, this is my country, I love it, and I will not be ashamed by it. I will not let the media elites make me ashamed of this at all, period. And we grab our flags and we wave them. American, Indian, we wave the flags, right? We wave them. And I think there's a revolution coming. It's a revolution, baby. It's a revolution, baby, for the people. By the people, and I think you're going to see it. And I think as we look at the film studios, look at Thugs of Hindustan. It was flat out rejected. It was rejected. It was panned. People booing it. People hating it. I enjoyed it, but again, I enjoyed it because of Amitabh Bachchan. That's right. That's why. Because the Warrior Queen enjoyed it. There's a revolution coming. Oh, can you hear the sounds of revolution? And I think the Southern Indian film industry gives us a template for it. I think it gives us a template for it. How much will Northern India kind of jump on it? Well, Parnumu. I mean, they're going to get into. We see some of these films that do well. These emotional, I'm proud to be an Indian, we're going to push back, we're going to demand retribution from our enemies, and we can all raise a fist as the revolution happens. And I would just say, like, when it comes to the film industry, man, it's like, movie Zindabad, movie Zindabad, movie Zindabad. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two trailers, and then I'll come back and we'll discuss it.
Hello people, I'm Jabby Kuwait, joined by Char Kirk.
Hello.
We are looking at the trailer to Yuri. This is starring Vicky Kaushal, Yami Gautam, Paresh Rawal, and it's written and directed by Aditya Dar. It comes out January 11th, 2019, so mark your calendars. It is coming out in about a month, a little bit over a month. So here we go.
Oh my god, 2019 is coming. That was not long ago. Oh.
Holy Moses, okay.
फर्ज और फर्जी में बस एक मात्रा का अंतर होता है। अगर मैं अपने देश, अपने भाइयों के लिए अब नहीं लड़ा, तो मैं अपनी नजरों में फर्जी बन के रह जाऊंगा। सर, आई प्रॉमिस यू, आप मुझे कहीं भी भेज दीजिए, मैं अपने हर एक सिपाही को जिंदा सही सलामत वापस लाऊंगा।
पाकिस्तान जो भाषा समझता है, उसी भाषा में पाकिस्तान को समझाने का समय
Oh my god.
सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक सर।
उरी हमले का हैंडलर कौन था? प्लानिंग कहाँ हुई?
भरोसा तो कीजिए।
ज्यादा नाटक किया ना तो तेरे अखरोट तेरे मुंह से बाहर निकाल दूंगी।
जसकीरत जी को देशभक्ति दिखाने का वक्त आ गया। You're going to be my pilot, सीरत। ये हिंदुस्तान अब चुप नहीं बैठेगा। ये नया हिंदुस्तान है। ये घर में घुसेगा भी और मारेगा। वक्त आ गया है खून का बदला खून से लेने का। मैं लड़ जाना। इंडियन आर्मी ने जंग शुरू नहीं की थी, but we will bloody hell finish it. How's the George? How's the George?
He's not the sweet guy that we knew before, is he?
Nope, but I'm buying it.
No, I'm totally buying it also. Like, very believable as that intense leader type. So, yeah.
उन्हें कश्मीर चाहिए और हमें उनका सर।
You know what?
अपनी बात पर लोगों को हमारा सलाम बोलना।
Oh shit.
कहना दावत पर इंतजार करें। आज बहुत सारे मेहमान भेजने वाले हैं।
Damn. That's not terrifying.
That was a very different tone from the previous teaser.
I was gonna say.
That was a lot more like edgy and modern sounding
Yeah.
versus the other one, which had more classical sound to it. I'm not mad at it. I'm just like pointing that out as a thing. It reminds me of all things of American Sniper because it kind of had that tone to it where it was like fighting for your fellow man, fighting for your fallen soldiers, even though that's a completely different story. I totally understand. I'm just saying like the tone that it reminds me of. But what I did appreciate was the walking away from the explosion at the end, because I've never seen it in real time. It's always a slow motion walk away from an explosion.
Right.
Like you look at any action movie, the first one I'm thinking of is Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, and it's an Anton Fuqua film where he walks away from an explosion in slow motion. I'm like, again with this. Here, it's not in slow motion, and I appreciate that. It's real time. Like I actually like seeing explosions in real time more than in slow motion, because the slow motion thing is like a very old school thing that they used to do. They'll shoot like one explosion with like 8 different cameras, and they'll show you all 8 angles as it goes in slow motion. It has a very real feel to it, even despite the modern music that's being attached to it. Even just from the trailer, you feel like you're in there with them in the trenches, basically.
Yeah, it's portraying the movie as being like really hard. You see a lot of things that, you know, you're not really used to seeing so much of, like a lot of the torture and just like how hard he is as a character. I totally wasn't expecting the woman who was interrogating the dude to have her hand on a rope, like ready to hang him. Like I didn't notice that until she pulled it, and I was like, "Whoa!" You're just not used to A, seeing that at all, and B, seeing a woman be the aggressor.
You date some of the women I've dated, and you're used to that shit.
Wow.
I'm just messing around. What I'm wondering about is how much of the movie is that feeling. Going back to the reference I made earlier, in American Sniper, Bradley Cooper had that feeling at a certain point in the film where they wanted to get back at these people who they felt, you know, took some of their brothers in arms, right? And so here, it seems like a substantial part of this trailer is that, like, going after them and that kind of rage. And I'm just wondering how long that sustains in the story, or if there's another place it goes emotionally, if Vicky Kaushал's character starts to question what he's doing at some point, or if losing his brothers, he starts to wonder at what cost, you know, is this mission?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just wondering if that is a factor at all in the story.
Or if it's just a straight, like, we want revenge, and it's gonna be a hardcore action movie where they're just kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah, I think the closer reference would be Zero Dark 30, actually, now that I think about it. You also had a strong female in there, and she wanted to get Bin Laden. She wasn't torturing anybody by any stretch, but she was certainly sanctioning it in the story. And that was all about this one mission to take down this one person, this one faction. And here it seems like this is just like one mission. That's what the movie's about. And it's retribution. I think it's something we can all easily understand. And if you're from India or you're Indian, it's even easier to identify with because, you know, it's patriotism.
Exactly. It feels very, very patriotic, especially when he's asking, like, are your spirits high? And they're like, Jai Hind, you know, like, I'm not Indian, but even I was like, holy crap, yes!
What I'm wondering about is something I've noticed a lot in comments, which is there have been a lot of patriotic themed films in the past year or so, and I'm just wondering how you guys feel about that. Like, when you see this, are you feeling that level 10 patriotism still when you watch it, or is there some part of you that's like, okay, like this looks good, but the patriotism stuff can like take a back seat for a minute? Like, I'm just wondering how you guys feel. Like, honestly, I have no idea. Like, we don't get nearly at least to my recollection, we don't get nearly as many films that represent patriotism on this level all the time. Like,
right, yeah. I mean, it makes me wonder about the collective consciousness in India, if in the past few years, because obviously it takes time to make movies, right? Yeah. If there is this feeling of intense patriotism that's coming out more and more, because if art is a reflection of society and what we're going through, then it stands to reason that maybe this sentiment of patriotism is something that's coming more and more to the forefront.
There's two thoughts I have at the same time off of what you just said. Number one is we're all pulling from the same zeitgeist. Like,
right.
There's like awesome videos two people who are trying to invent stuff at the same time, like the exact same thing, and one got the patent first, right? And so there's that, right? Because like you said, the collective consciousness. The other thing is, there are certain films that get made not just because of the spirit of what people are feeling, but also because money can be made off of that story.
True,
you know, and it's hard to know what's informing it more. I have no idea. That's why I'm genuinely curious as to how you guys feel. This is an instance where I would be educated by, the comment section. Anyway, Vicky Kaushal.
Yes.
Like, I really, really appreciate him as an actor because every time I watch him, you can tell he commits 1,000% to whatever he's doing, to the point that you have yet to watch Raman Raghav 2.0. Even though that's like not my favorite movie, I appreciate his acting in there. I appreciate the acting overall in that film.
Right.
Nawazuddin Siddiqui is also in that, and so you have Vicky Kaushal and Nawazuddin Siddiqui in the same film, which is awesome. But at that time, I had no idea who he was. Now, with more experience with him, even just from trailers, like in retrospect, I appreciate that performance even more because he's like a cold individual in Raman Raghav 2.0. And then you see him in Lust Stories, right? And he's super sweet. And then here, he's this hardened soldier who wants to claim retribution for his fallen soldiers. You really buy him as these individual people, at least as an outsider looking in. If I spoke the language, maybe I'd feel differently. But, as an ignorant American, like for me, dude has got the chops. Like, he really assimilates that character. I just buy it immediately.
Well, even his physicality and everything as well. Like, he certainly looks like he's a soldier. The way he carries himself, the way he holds the gun, and, like, how his body looks and everything like that. And his face.
I would imagine that there's some training in there.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, of course, yeah.
I know it sounds like a dumb dream, but, like, there's a lot of actors, like for Black Hawk Down, a number of the actors did 2 weeks of basic. And
God.
Like, I know that sounds brutal, and basic training is hard, but that sounds awesome. Like, you have to get into shape for this role. You have to go through a version of basic training in order to, get ready for this role.
Well, the good thing as well is that that you only have to do 2 weeks of it, and then you never have to do it again, Like, but if you're a soldier...
Yeah, I think basic is 2 weeks, and then you go into other kinds of training.
Right, yeah, but, like, that's not your life. You get to taste it as an actor, and it's like, wow, that's really cool. I got to wear the shoes of somebody else's life and walk those steps for a while. But, now I'm going to go back to being me.
Between the two trailers, I would like to know how you guys feel. I personally prefer the tone of the first teaser. This trailer, like, I like that it's giving me more story and more to, like, sink my teeth into in that regard, emotionally and whatnot. But I like just the tone, the music of the first teaser more.
Yeah, the first one I felt was more emotional. Like, you definitely got that feeling of loss, especially with the shot of the little girl, and she's upset because her dad died, right? So that kind of hits you really hard.
I think the reason I was relating the first one, I'm trying to recall what I said when I did the first reaction. I think I mentioned Zero Dark 30 in the teaser reaction. And the reason why is because of the tone.
Right.
And whereas here, you get that rock music going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that tone is more like American Sniper.
Yeah.
Because there's this scene with Bradley Cooper and his troops going on tanks with the American flag up, and there's
Right.
like rock music as they're going after the guys. It's a different feeling. The great thing is they've put out two very different tones. And I suppose what that accomplishes is you get both audiences.
Right, yeah. And maybe the movie falls somewhere in between.
I would imagine that it veers more on the former than it does on this one in terms of the tone.
So this one's more of like the commercial.
This is more of just a commercial.
Which is like, hey, this is cool, you guys should watch it.
Right. There was a Star Trek movie commercial years ago where they put rock music on it. I'm like, no, you don't. No.
It's Star Trek.
Right. I think it was Star Trek Insurrection or something or another, and I'm like, why would you? It's Star Trek. You don't put rock music on a Star Trek trailer. And there was no rock music in that movie. So I imagine that this is a similar situation. It's just a way to market it. It's got 312,000 upvotes, so clearly, nobody gives a shit about the rock music. I would definitely upvote this myself, and I'm definitely eager to watch it. Again, I would love to know what you guys think. Be honest and be verbose. Leave your comment below. Check out Achara Kirk on the social media. Check out Jabby Koi on the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films. I'm Jabby Koi. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.
by the people, for the people.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Movie Community College. I'm Tish the Warrior Queen.
And I am the co-protector. I am so excited for this trailer. The real trailer. The official trailer. You know I guard the LOC day and night, watching over you, India. I don't look in your windows, though, because that would be creepy. Yeah. I just look at the LOC, warning Modi where to go, occasionally dropping in and intercepting and pushing back the enemies at large.
Okay.
It's really just me. I don't know if you know this, India, but the professor is the co-protector, and we have the real trailer. Apparently, we reacted to...
Bring down the noise.
It's hard to, as co-protector.
Decompress. Yes, apparently, don't...
I'm so jacked up for this movie.
So
this is the must-see movie.
Okay, first off, we would like to say thank you to Shubham and the other hundreds of you, literally in the past 12 hours,
Professor,
who have notified us that Jeremy picked the wrong trailer.
Shubham said this is the 15th time.
No. What he said was this is the 15th time that he has been the first like, share, and comment.
Shubham. Yes. What's up, Shubham?
So thank you to Shubham and everyone else. Like I said, there were literally hundreds of you that said, Professor, you have reacted to the wrong trailer. There was one astute friend who said, the Warrior Queen's not going to be happy. So
it's fine.
So I had to let everybody know that yes, as soon as Jeremy was home from work,
I hope you got your tickets to Sunburn. I'll put a link down there. Hey. Get your tickets. Star India Hot App. Get it.
It's called Hot Star.
Hot Star, Hot App, India Star, India App. Get it all.
Star.
Okay,
India,
I'm excited. Let's go.
Okay.
Uri.
Are we ready?
Uri. It's pronounced Uri.
Uri.
Let's do this.
Yes, let's do it.
Oh!
Wow.
फर्ज और फर्जी में बस एक मात्रा का अंतर होता है। अगर मैं अपने देश, अपने भाइयों के लिए अब नहीं लड़ा, तो मैं अपनी नजरों में फर्जी बन के रह जाऊंगा। सर, आई प्रॉमिस यू, आप मुझे कहीं भी भेज दीजिए, मैं अपने हर एक सिपाही को जिंदा सही सलामत वापस लाऊंगा।
पाकिस्तान जो भाषा समझता है उसी भाषा में पाकिस्तान को समझाने का
Yes, surgical strike. It really happened. Oh!
जसकीरत जी को देशभक्ति दिखाने का वक्त आ गया। You're going to be my pilot, सीरत।
कि हिंदुस्तान अब चुप नहीं बैठेगा। ये नया हिंदुस्तान है। ये अंदर में घुसेगा भी और मारेगा भी।
वक्त आ गया है खून का बदला खून से लेने का। मैं लड़ जाना। मदोस, इंडियन आर्मी ने ये जंग शुरू नहीं की थी, but we will bloody hell finish it.
Dude!
उन्हें कश्मीर चाहिए और हमें उनका सर।
Look at him. He don't even break a sweat.
अपने 72 हुरों को हमारा सलाम बोलना।
Oh!
आज बहुत सारे मेहमान भेजने वाले हैं।
Wow.
Oh, dude.
Oh my goodness. Woo.
Oh.
Okay. That was crazy.
Oh my. I can see why everybody wanted us to react to that.
To the official.
Yes. That was. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get back to the camera, dear.
You don't need to give
And
Neosphere Interactivity. They are the people who made the game, the video game.
Interactive, honey. Interactive.
They made the video game.
Right.
The video game where you can fight against Pakistan.
Right. That trailer was awesome.
That is the movie of the year, dude.
Oh my goodness.
That is the movie of the year.
I hope that they show that out here.
Yeah, we'll
that
figure it
would
out.
be so phenomenal to go see that in the theaters.
Oh man, are you
Wow.
kidding me?
That looked great.
That was awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for letting us
That
know
is
about
their
the
version
official
of
trailer.
American Sniper. I'm telling you right now.
So last night, before I went to bed, I was taking my final stroll around Twitter, and somebody tweeted the link to me. And I almost said, yes, we've already reacted to it, not realizing that we hadn't reacted to the official trailer. So I'm really glad that we got to see this. So, whew. Good job.
Outstanding.
How good of an actor is Vicky? Is it Kaushal? Is that how you pronounce it?
Great actor.
He's a very good
Outstanding actor.
Yeah, great. Fine
Why isn't
young
he in
man.
more films?
Well, he's young. I'm sure he's going to be in a lot
He should
more.
be in a lot of more films.
Yeah. Good job. This looks awesome. Uri, go see it.
Yes. Please like and subscribe.
Bye.
Peace out, yo.
Thanks for watching Movie Community College. Please like and subscribe. Check out my Redbubble link in the video description.
I just want to reiterate that this is not an anti-Jabby video. Jabby is the king of this kind of film reaction. He just crossed 800,000. That is really impressive. 1 million is in his goals. You know, that's big time, right? And so I have respect for him because it is very hard. It's very hard to get to 100,000. It's very hard. And he is doing something tremendous with that. I just think that there's a difference. And I think what you see in Jabby's success, the momentum, the inertia of all this stuff is a sampling, if you will, a core sample. If we went into the Bollywood film industry and grabbed out an example, and this is what he is the showcase of it. He is the mascot of it. He is the icon of it. He is a little avatar of it that you could look at and see something behind it of like, oh, that is what it is. When you look at ours, we're something different, right? You take that core sample out of ours, you pull it out. We are the revolution. We are the revolution, and we are growing day by day by day.
Hi, you're watching the Movie Community College channel on YouTube. Be sure to like it and subscribe, and to check out my music, go to juddyray.com. Thanks.